Divorce isn't always the best answer. And sometimes it's the only answer. Karen Finn.
Nowadays love is a matter of chance, matrimony of money, and divorce a matter of course. Helen Rowland.
Divorce sets off a tidal wave of changes, physical, mental, emotional, social, and existential. Karen Finn.
There are 4 stages in a marriage. First there's the affair, then the marriage, then children, and finally the 4th stage, without which you cannot know a woman, the divorce. Norman Mailer.
Do you see your divorce as a setback or a do-over? It took time and effort, but I now see mine as a do-over. Karen Finn.
My parents' divorce was very difficult. Divorce is incredibly painful, but it's also an essential part of life. Abby Morgan.
Despite the pain, if minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day, you keep going, you will get through your divorce. Karen Finn.
I think you will find that with divorce will come happier remarriages. Helen Fisher.
We don't have the power to change the facts of divorce, but divorce definitely gives us the power to change ourselves. Karen Finn.
People say, oh, God, how devastating to go through a divorce. Did I wish for this to happen to my family? No. But everyone is healthy, we're moving on with our lives. Edie Klum.
At the end of your marriage, your job, at least in part, is to let go and move away from the wreckage to create something better. Karen Finn.
I used to think that divorce meant failure, but now I see it more as a step along the path of self-realization and growth. Alana Stewart.
The good thing about getting divorced young, if there is a good thing, is that it makes you realize there's no schedule in life. It blasts you wide open and frees you to be honest with yourself. Olivia Wilde.
When I got divorced, I went through the various stages of grieving, anger, denial, and dancing around my settlement check. Maura Kennedy.
Divorce isn't such a tragedy. A tragedy is staying in an unhappy marriage, teaching your children the wrong things about love. Nobody ever died of divorce. Jennifer Weiner.
Divorce is just a part of your life. It doesn't define who you are. You decide that. Karen Finn.
I wanted to turn my divorce into a positive. What if I didn't blame the other person for anything, and held myself 100% accountable? What if I checked my own S at the door and put my children first? And reminded myself about the things about my ex-husband that I love, and fostered the friendship? Gwyneth Paltrow.
Divorce is a time of change. It really rocks the foundation of most people's lives. When we have our heart broken or our dreams taken away from us, it is a time of growth and change. Debbie Ford.
Divorce isn't the child's fault. Don't say anything unkind about your ex to the child, because you're really just hurting the child. Valerie Bertinelli.
Divorce is a fire exit. When a house is burning, it doesn't matter who set the fire. If there is no fire exit, everyone in the house will be burned. Mehmet Murat Ilden.
When two people decide to get a divorce, it isn't a sign that they don't understand one another, but a sign that they have, at least, begun to. Helen Rowland. There is no such thing as a broken family. Family is family, and is not determined by marriage certificates, divorce papers, and adoption documents. Families are made in the heart. The only time family becomes null is when those ties in the heart are cut. If you cut those ties, those people are not your family. If you make those ties, those people are your family. And if you hate those ties, those people will still be your family, because whatever you hate will always be with you. C.A. Joybell.
When people divorce, it's always such a tragedy. At the same time, if people stay together, it can be even worse. Monica Bellucci.
You never really know a man until you have divorced him. Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Divorce is not the end of the world. It's worse to stay in an unhealthy marriage. That's a worse example for the children. Jerry Hall.
After my divorce, painting took me out of panic mode and into a serene, calm place. I could absolutely lose myself. Jane Seymour.
Divorces are made in heaven. Oscar Wilde.
I decided after my last divorce to marry myself. Nell Carter.
Divorce shreds the muscles of our hearts so that they will hardly beat without a struggle. E. Lockhart.
For a lot of people, divorce is an incredibly healthy move to make in their life. Adam Scott.
A breakup of a family is certainly an eye-opener. I had to understand my own culpability in that, and what can I do better because I don't want to go on like this. Brad Pitt.
For some reason, we see divorce as a signal of failure, despite the fact that each of us has a right and an obligation to rectify any other mistake we make in life. Joyce Brothers.
Every couple has the same 5 arguments in their lifetime, which is really just the one, over and over, until people die or divorce. What it is depends on who you are, what your parents did to you. Amy Bloom.
I don't see divorce as a failure. I see it as an end to a story. In a story, everything has an end and a beginning. Olga Kurilenko.
I've interviewed and portrayed people who've withstood some of the ugliest things life can throw at you, but the one quality all of them seem to share is an ability to maintain hope for a brighter morning even during our darkest nights. Oprah Winfrey.
It's better to be alone than in bad company. George Washington.
Everything that has a beginning has an ending. Make peace with that and all will be well. Buddha.
With divorce. You're not dead, you're dormant. Cheryl Nielsen.